there is even more breaking news today that affects our particular podcast, as my Detroit Tigers made a blockbuster trade. Not so much, but Avila, as we like to call him, Sleepy Avila, was anything but, as he is wheeling and dealing mere hours after the World Series ended, and
again
crossed one major item off of his three item checklist. He has openly spoken about they wanted to get a catcher, a starting pitcher, and a shortstop, of which the second two make more sense. But he crossed off the first one. He got himself a veteran catcher by trading for the Reds' Tucker Barnhart. 30-year-old, been with the Reds his whole career. He's a 250 career hitter, 325. What's that?
248.
Sorry. Well, I'm rounding.
Well,
dickhead. He's a 325, probably 324 OBP for his career, around 700 OPS.
It is 324, actually.
What is his OPS? I'm saying 700, but it's 690 something.
696. His OPS plus lifetime is 83. I think you meant Al had his checklist mediocre veteran catcher.
Well, he's not necessarily obviously not our catcher of the future, as we have catching prospects coming through, but he wanted to get a catcher, and that is his okay catcher. He is known for his defense. He's above average. In fact, he's led the league at times in throwing out runners at second. So this is a defensive catcher for sure, especially getting a 30-year-old catcher. You're not looking at the future. You're just trying to bolster your depth there. So the funny part of the trade is he traded away third base prospect who I'd never heard of, Nick Quintana. And I'm always happy to trade away a Quintana. Apparently he is a second round draft pick from 2019 that can't even hit in low A baseball. Kind of a prospect at one point that is completely flamed out that the Reds were happy to take. So again, with my experience with Quintanas, I'm more than happy to let one go if that fulfills a need. He does have a 7.5. Barnhart does have a $7.5 million option this year, so that's what the Tigers will be picking up. That's eerily reminiscent of I believe it was $6 million that they signed free agent Wilson Ramos for going into last year, and they released him after about a month and a half. But Ramos wasn't hitting, although he led the team in home runs in the first couple weeks of the season, but he flamed out quickly. His major issue is he's potentially the worst pitch framer I've ever seen in my life. Ramos would catch the ball in the zone and would immediately pull the ball into the ground. So it had the opposite effect of what you needed from a pitch framer. Barnhart is known for his excellent pitch framing too. So he's definitely a defensive catcher. I'm going to say average for offensively for a catcher. So they didn't trade for him for his offensive potential, but he's a placeholder. Al thought he needed him. Al was wide awake and picked him up immediately. So he pounced. So I like the action out of Avila. He looks serious about 2022. I'm more interested in what he does at starting pitcher and especially shortstop, as we have speculated all summer on what could be happening for Detroit there. But alas, I believe we are going to have to wait until this new collective bargaining agreement is signed, or maybe he'll be one of those aggressive GMs that tries to take a shot before the real bargaining agreement is even understood, what the playing ground is going to be, and maybe can find a way to take advantage of an opportunity and sign somebody early. But we'll find out. But for right now, I'm going to say nice job, Al, and please stay awake for this offseason.